Yo, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over a free Notion journal template I personally created and use in order to consistently be profitable and scale to 5 figures every single month with trading. And I want to emphasize how important it is to journal, because without journaling, you're not going to know your mistakes and actually adjust and remain profitable and become profitable in the markets. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm really excited to share you guys this journal. It's been a long time in the making, and I automated every single thing you would need in your journal so you guys can see your average RR, your average P&L, your net P&L, your expenditures, every single thing that comes to trading. And all you would have to do is just enter one single entry every single day and it will pull your statistics from that journal. So yeah, let's get right into it. So starting off on our trading journal homepage, you can see that we have 5 contents. We have a database, a trading journal, a weekly tracker, an equity chart and progression, and expenditure. Below we have hyperlinks to access everything easier inside of this gallery view. So yeah, let's get right into it. So all of your main work of journaling is actually going to start in database. So when you guys actually start your day off and actually take a trade, you'll journal it right here. It'll populate a new page. So let's fill this one out as an example. So let's say today is August 28th, which is a Friday. So you'll enter the day right here, the account we were trading on. So we were trading on a funded account. The confluences we use to enter our trade. So let's say we use these 3 confluences. This can also change when you create your template. You can adjust and enter more confluences to your liking. So yeah, the date we took the trade on the 28th, the direction of the trade. So let's say we took a long, our emotional state, our grade for the trade. I also want to emphasize for the emotional state, it'll also populate later on a statistic on month by month how you're doing emotionally, just so you guys can make sure and reflect on yourself and actually focus on your well-being. On the market conditions, you guys can see we have trending, ranging, reversing. This is also going to show you guys to avoid low probability market conditions. And when you guys actually notice in pattern when you enter your journal entries that you actually lack taking trades on reversing days, you will just completely avoid it because it skews your probability. For the mistakes, these are some of the common mistakes traders make that I entered right here. For the notes, you can enter what you want to reflect on the day. So let's say I did really well on this trade. So this will be your journal entry. Some improvements that you can make. So let's say for today you want to go to the gym more. So I want to go to the gym. So these are some of the things, these tiny things you do every single day that compound and build yourself as a better person and as a better trader. It's 1% every day. You're not going to see progress overnight, and journaling allows you to actually consistently make progress. So yeah, for a P&L, let's say we took an $1,000 trade. For RR, I want to emphasize, if you do take a loss, put this number as negative, because then it will calculate your average RR later on in the statistics. So make sure this number is negative in order to have an accurate RR calculation. So let's say we took a 1-to-1 RR. The result was we won the trade. I also put a review button in order to hold yourself accountable on what you are entering. So we did review this trade right here. The risk was 1%. Did we follow our rules? Yes. Our session was New York AM. The model is PO3. You guys can also change this as well. I know a lot of people don't trade the same style I do. But these are the main 4 setups I actually take every single trading session that I look for. So let's say we took a PO3 or Judas swing. Yeah. And then the symbol is NQ. And then at the bottom, you guys can see we have a high time frame to low time frame. If you guys just press enter, you're able to paste a trading view snippet and actually see your high time frame bias in relation to your low time frame structure. So yeah, this is how you would fill out one journal entry, and ideally you would do this every single day in order to see your statistic, or every single day you take a trade. So yeah. Once you fill that out, you can also go to the bottom where trading journal happens. You see we have today, journal calendar, performance, and chart review. Let's go to today first. So you can see today is August 28th. Right here, it'll only populate the trades that was taken today. So today we technically took 2 trades. We just entered this one out. This one is a pre-filled template, so you guys can see how you should actually be entering your trade. So let's say August 28th, we took 1 trade. So yeah, this is also how you can enter your trade for the day. Instead of clicking the button at the top, you guys can just click new page and enter a trade right here. But yeah, let's go onto our database again and go onto our journal calendar. This is where you're going to see we populate today's trade. You guys can also see the trades we've taken all time. You guys can see that we've taken from August 26th to September 1st. We've taken 4 trades. These are just template trades, template entries that I entered, but you guys can see it records every single trade you take. Going onto our trading calendar, this will calculate the month by month. So we took 2 wins on Wednesday, Thursday. We took 2 losses on Friday and Tuesday. It's also color coordinated, so it's easier to see on the journal calendar. And sometimes Notion actually doesn't populate this. So if you guys don't see these colors when you make a template, go over here to settings, go to conditional color, and then on results, just change it to however you like. So win, I currently have as green. Result as red, I have as loss, and yellow as break even. Going onto the performance tab, this is going to populate your performance for a 30-day span. So for 30 days, we took 4 trades, our 30-day net P&L, our average RR, and rule adherence. So this is why I emphasize to enter a negative RR, because it'll give you an accurate RR calculation at the end in performance. This is our rule adherence, so you can see it's 75%. This is calculated when you go to your trades, and you can see when we check mark rules followed and you don't check it off, you can see that it calculates a 75%, and then you can manually go to this trading entry and see why you didn't follow these rules, right? Let's say you had bad psychology, you entered early. So that's something you can start fixing going into every single day or going into every other day when you are trading. So yeah, this is super easy, super simple for you guys to just see your data and actually adjust how you trade. At the bottom, you can see we have our total outcomes. We took 2 wins, 2 losses, overall 4 trades, our daily P&L for every single day, and at the bottom, a drop down of all the recent trades. So yeah, this covers the trading journal calendar. Going onto our database again, we also have an easier way to see our performance. You would just click right here, and then it'll just populate the exact same thing in journal calendar of a 30-day span result, as well as our overall entries for the day. So you can see we have outcomes, daily P&L. So yeah, that covers our performance for that tab. Going on to our chart review in this database, you can see that it's all marked out, completely color coordinated. So you guys can just click onto your journal entries and actually see how you did day by day. It's going to be a complete gallery view. So every time you add onto it, it's just going to automate and just put it in our chart review. So you guys can easily see your trades every single day. So yeah, this is completely easy to see in our database. Going onto our daily essentials, this is where you're going to click onto your trading journal, and you guys can see become 1% better every single day. You guys have to strive to become a better version of yourself. You guys can see we have quick access links at the bottom as well. This is where you can access everything that was at the top completely easier. So yeah, going back onto the database again, we have our end of week review. So this essentially every week on Monday, it's going to make a new entry. So you guys can recap the week. So if you click onto the week of 24 to 28, it's just going to populate the week trades. So you guys can see how you did in the week. So we took 2 wins and 1 loss in this week. Overall net P&L is 2,500. Our rule adherence, we followed our rules 66% of the time in this week. So this is going to keep yourself accountable for every week. And it's also going to prep yourself for the mindset of taking trades and taking high quality setups in order to make the week or end the week off strong, right? This is going to help yourself see long-term results instead of just manually entering and just waiting for short-term gains. The end of week review will hold yourself accountable and actually help you understand that journaling and trading is a consistent thing that you should keep doing in order to remain profitable. So yeah, going onto our performance tab, this is where you're going to see all of your statistics. So if we go right here, you guys are going to see your all-time statistics. So your total trades, your net, this is the weekly statistics. So you're going to see weekly, we took 3 trades, our net P&L weekly, average RR weekly, and rule adherence weekly. You guys are also going to see how you perform on each asset. So let's say you strictly trade NQ. You guys are just going to see a P&L for NQ. The model and setup that plays out with more probability. So let's say you can see that over time in a weekly basis, you do better on MEX and PO3s. You'll start avoiding taking continuation trades. So going on to the bottom, you guys can see we have a win, loss, break, even distribution. You guys can see we took 2 wins, 1 loss. This is all data, all statistics that are extremely important for you guys to see and analyze in order to go week by week for trading. It'll also show your P&L by session. So let's say you do really well in Asia, then you can start justifying to take Asia trades every single week. Let's say you do bad in New York PM, then you'll avoid taking New York PM session trades. And then at the bottom, you have trades by grade. This is all also completely automated from the trading journal entries. You can see right here as well. It's taking data from here in order to plug into these charts. You can also see we have trades by grade. So you're taking more A+ setups. You want to start taking more A+ setups if you've been taking C setups. And yeah, at the right, you can also see we have our psychology and emotion. So let's say we are extremely calm for the day. This is where it will populate all of this data. So this is where it will show all of your statistics for the week. Going back onto our database, this will show your monthly performance. So let's say this is our monthly RR. So in August, we had 1 RR because we took 2 wins, 2 losses. So our RR is pretty low right here. This is our realized RR. This is our trades by month. So this is just a monthly calendar again. This is our monthly P&L for the month of August. Let's say we had 1,000 net P&L and it's taken from here. And then our month by month P&L is going to show. So I entered a September trade. It's going to show us as negative for the net P&L for the month. And then it's also taking trades just from our trading journal. So it's going to be completely automated for you guys to see your monthly performance. Going back onto our database again to see your win, loss, and break evens, I made it a chart review in the gallery so you guys can actually see the images of the trades. So you guys can actually analyze why you took this L setup, why you took this win setup. It's going to be much easier to just see as a gallery view. This is an outcome chart. So let's say we took 2 wins, 2 losses. This is where you're going to see all of your win, loss, break evens. This is your winning trades. These are your losing trades. These are your break even trades. This is an all-time win, loss, break even calendar. So you guys are going to see all of the trades you take completely organized and completely easy to review. So yeah, I made this journal as easy as possible to just see and populate data so you guys can actually reflect and learn about how you actually trade. So going onto our mistakes tab, this is where you'll write your overall mistakes that you see in your journal entries. So let's say you see that you actually enter early too much. You want to set a reminder for yourself. So stop entering early on trades. So these are some of the mistakes or some of the things you want to enter. So when you actually go into the day, you can review these mistakes and like actually check mark it off and say, oh yeah, I actually did this going into the day. And I actually tried improving and trying to better myself as a trader and as a person. I stuck to my rules. You guys can just enter the mistakes that you see personally and trading long term. So yeah, this is a really easy way to just look at all of that. Going on to our all-time statistics, this is where you're going to see your trades all time. It's essentially the same statistics, but it will populate every journal entry that you've taken and give you an average RR, average P&L by session. Is going to give you all of this data all time and see how you actually perform. So yeah, going back onto our database, our last thing is setup statistics. This is also an all-time P&L thing. You guys are going to see your 50% win rate. You do well on PO3, cons, your win-loss, your how you perform in the kill zone. So like New York AM, you do really well. You want to start prioritizing taking trades in those time frames. Our setups for the years, our tickers. This is going to show you essentially everything you need that is populated in the trading journal to actually be able to easily access and see better. And yeah, it's going to show your grades as well. So yeah, extremely helpful. The database is going to contain all of your statistics that you would need that is pulled from the trading journal. So yeah, moving on, let's go onto the actual trading journal. This is basically essentially the hyperlink from the database that you can easily access everything right here. So yeah, that would be our trading journal. This is where you can also enter your trading journal entries. Going onto our weekly tracker, every single week you guys should be making your priorities, your reminders, your affirmations, what you want to do on a daily basis, and then add it onto every single week. So let's say our next week is August 31st. You would enter it right here, the month. Oh wait, it would be on the 38th week, and then you'd enter August right here. So let's say it was August 30 to September, let's say it was September 5th. So you'd enter it like this, entering a new week journal entry, and then if you pull out the drop down menu, you guys can actually see we can adjust it to your liking. So in this week, you have your priorities, your reminders, your affirmations, and then what you want to do every single day. So I know a lot of people are in school or you have a job, you guys want to log this in. Make sure you're doing everything every single day to become accountable. You guys want to start setting a daily routine or start setting a checklist, because being profitable isn't also on the charts. It's how you are doing on a daily basis personally and mentally as a person. Are you trying to become better every single day? Or are you trying to get someone to outwork you, right? You want to keep improving every single day and become a better trader. So yeah, this is how you track your weekly progress. You want to set your weekly goals right here. Moving on to our equity chart and progression. This is one of my favorite tabs. This is going to show you guys a cumulative equity chart to see how you are performing P&L wise every single trade you take. So you can see we took 2 wins. We start losing at the end of August going on to September. So yeah, this is how you can track how you are doing cumulatively. At the bottom, you can see we have our outcome and win rate of the overall year. We also have our total trades, our average RR, our total RR per month, and our average RR per month. So you guys can see how you guys actually do well every single month, which months you actually are doing well, and you guys can actually review and cover this going on to the next following years. So yeah, this is really easy just to see your overall progress. It's really also exciting to see like if you're improving in your P&L, if you're doing well in your wins, if you're taking better RR setups. So yeah, this is all going to track your equity chart and progression. Super easy to manage as well. All you have to do is just click this hyperlink. So yeah, going on to our expenditures, we have our expenditures for evals. I mainly had evals because my community mainly trades on funded accounts. So in using prop firm trading, you guys can actually log in the accounts you actually purchase. So let's say we purchased a funded next account right here, funded next. You guys can add an emoji right here. So let's say it's a purple emoji. You guys can enter the account size you took the trade on. So let's say we bought in 100K, it costed $150, and then you'd enter the date you purchased it. So let's say we purchased on the 29th, and then the payout amount, let's say we got a 2K payout on it. It will also manually automatically calculate your profit on ROI percent. Then if you go onto the totals, you can see that it automatically updates. You can see we spent eval expenditures for 60. Our payout amount is 11,000. Total made is 10,540. Below, you guys can actually see your ROI percent. This is calculated based off your eval spend and payout amount. If you are becoming consistently profitable, this number will increase and remain positive. So this will keep you accountable financially if you are doing well and are you getting a return from the markets. So yeah, this covers the expenditure tab. You will enter your evals right here, and then the data and statistics will populate on the totals tab. So yeah, going back to the trading journal, this gives you a complete full guide on how to utilize this journal effectively. So going over it one more time, we have our database. This is where you'll see your analytics and statistics for every trade you take. This is where you'll also journal your trades, or you can also journal right here. Going on to the weekly tracker, this is how you're going to plan your weekly goals, plan your weekly intentions, track your daily routine, and actually hold yourself accountable on a weekly basis. Going on to our equity chart and progression, this is how you visualize your equity curve, your cumulative RR, and are you long-term profitable in the markets. Going to the final one, we have our expenditures to track prop firm costs, eval spending, and other trading expenses in order to hold yourself financially accountable. So yeah, this trading journal covers every single thing you would need for trading. It covers your personal, financial, mental aspects regarding to trading, and it'll help you become a better version of yourself. I recommend this personally to journal every single day. It's always important to set yourself some goals or routine in order to hold yourself more accountable. And yeah, this was a long time in the making. This journal took around 2 weeks. I'm going to send it all out completely for free. It will be at the bottom of the description. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys need help regarding to any form of trading, I do have a completely free Discord as well that I'll link at the bottom of the description. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.